done with.
Dude, you've been done.
I'm still here.
For what? Why? Because you just want to be a asshole.
You're right.
Then why the would you be in this competition? Bone face.
Why do you look 50 and you're 24?
What? What did you say? Go yourself, you.
Would you rather have the brand new PS5 or a weekend with these three lovely ladies and you can do anything you want with them?
Wait, anything with them?
Like anything.
A whole weekend?
A whole weekend.
Damn, but the PS5 though, like it just.
I know.
Oh, damn, y'all beautiful though, but.
Hold on, what'd you say?
PS5 or us?
Oh,
bro, y'all beautiful, but I had a PlayStation 4 for 4 years, but I need a PS5.
God.
My nigga.
Y'all, so this dude came in my DM yesterday. He was like, "You're pretty, I'm trying to get to know you." He literally sent me $1,000 just to get to know me. And y'all literally sit here and think I'm gonna get to know y'all for free when somebody just paid me $1K for him to get to know me? Be so for real.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Would you feel comfortable if your father was watching your OnlyFans and subscribing to it?
Probably not, no.
You would not feel comfortable, and I'll tell you why. That's because in your heart of hearts, in your soul, if you still got one, you know it's wrong. That's your work. In my work, if my mother consumed my work, I'd be thankful and pleased that she took an interest in my work and supported my work. If she bought my products, I'd be thankful. If your mother or father bought your products, you'd be disgusted and ashamed because you know what you're doing is wrong and the product of what you're doing is bad.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I got a question for you. Do you have car insurance?
100%. No reason.
All right. Do you have homeowners insurance?
100%.
Do you have life insurance?
100%.
Do you have medical insurance?
100%.
Did you get tired of your insurance agent talking about the possibilities of you losing your life and being rewarded? Hold on for a second. I know, but don't be a but person. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. You have insurances. Although it's a very uncomfortable situation, and life insurance people who sell it tend to be scumbags. They tend to be looked at as scumbags, like, I don't want to have this conversation about me dying, but you surely will die. So you better have the conversation. The reality is, yes, it's a very tough conversation. I have to spend a lot of time talking about it. It's very difficult. However, there needs to be some insurance, and there's no insurance, and so we must talk about it.
Yo. What's up, y'all? It's Cali West. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. So, yo, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna go straight to the script. You feel me? Now, of course, we got XL Pro. My boy comes through. He says like, share, subscribe, Cash App, $ Cali West 1. Salute. So I ain't gonna hold y'all up tonight because I don't really mean to be on the air for that long, but you know, we're gonna talk some shit, you know, about Damon Wayans' situation. Damon Wayans took his nephew's ex-girlfriend because he fell in love.
Emotional damage.
So let's get into the article. Then I'm going to show y'all, you know, what Damon Wayans had to say from his own mouth. Now, anyone who knows me personally, not that many people do, but people know that Damon Wayans was one of my favorite comedians in the 90s. You know, opposite of course, Chris Rock, Jim Carrey, you know, Eddie Murphy. Who else? Shit. And Sinbad. I don't know. But I definitely like Damon Wayans. Matter of fact, what's actually kind of ironic is that I actually used to live down the street from Damon Wayans before he blew. You know, well, let's just say this much: he was actually a big deal at the time. But I remember Damon Wayans' house is not very far, and even though I never seen him, we did see Damon Wayans Jr. You know, we used to see him outside, but his dad was always busy and stuff. Yes, XL Pro, Major Pain. And I have to say, I would have to say one of Damon Wayans' favorite movies I liked, other than Mo Money, was probably The Last Boy Scout, man. I think Last Boy Scout, I think he did very well. You know, he was, a comedian, and he was actually serious as well. I kind of feel that he had a lot of, as an actor, even if he's a comedian, as an actor, he does have a lot of range, which is actually pretty dope. And The Last Boy Scout, that was part of him and Bruce Willis, man. That was a dope ass film, G. Even XL Pro, you agree too. Yeah, man. Damon Wayans has some really great films. Really great. Oh shit, Glimmer Man. Hey. Didn't he have also he had another movie that he was a Superman, Blank Man. Remember that? Wasn't Damon Wayans Blank Man? Yeah, I think Damon Wayans was Blank Man. Look, let's see here. Blank Man. Yeah, look. Blank Man. Yep. Hey, Damon Wayans was definitely Blank Man. Remember that? Man, blast from the past, bro. Shit, man. Shit. That was the 90s, bro. For real. Shoot, there's some other movies that I just don't remember right now either. But I always like Wayans brothers. I always like them as a clique, or as a family. I'll even say even the sister was funny. Even her sister. I don't know what happened to her, but the sister was even funny. XL Pro said, my fault. Glimmerman was Keenan Wayans and Seagal. Glimmerman. Damn. I don't even remember that shit. Steven Seagal and Keenan Ivory Wayans linked up and made a movie? Really? Shit. Damn. I still remember Jada Pinkett and him and what was that movie called? That movie was called Low Down Dirty Shame. Damn, that was the 90s, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. No time is like the 90s. I ain't gonna lie though. I kind of feel like the 2000s and 20s is gonna be like epic. Like I feel like it could still be epic because all the changes in times and things is going and the shift of the political climate, even amongst Black people, even amongst all people. I think that things are changing, and this is gonna be a pivotal time in history, just like the 90s. With that being said, let's go back to Damon Wayans' situation. That's something that I really want to share with y'all. At least if I ain't gonna be the most viewed, I can at least be the first one to talk about it. Because I haven't seen any Red Pill content creators talk about this. But Damon Wayans Sr. reveals he fell in love with his nephew's ex-girlfriend. Sheesh.
It's an evil world we live in.
Now, let me make this bigger. Well, that's what she said. Shout out to the Coach Gang. Now, oh my God, I'm in love. The comedian 64 recalls when he first saw this woman.
What kind of shit is that?
Damon Wayans Sr. likes to keep things in the family in more ways than one. Oh my God.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Now, while appearing on an April 2nd episode of Club Shay Shay podcast, hosted by former NFL star Shannon Sharp, the comedian revealed that he once dated his nephew's ex-girlfriend. I was in love with her. That's the thing, Damon 64 recalled before, jokingly asking Sharp, "You ain't never done the Jackson 5?" A reference to the fact that Jermaine Jackson married brother Randy Jackson's ex-girlfriend, Alejandra Azaza.
Get to the chopper!
When Sharp 56 questioned the decision, Damon went on to clarify that his nephew and the woman had not been in love.
Emotional damage.
That's interesting. Because how exactly would you know that, Damon? Shit, hey, ninjas save space all the time. Man, he probably broke your nephew's heart, bro. For real.
Emotional damage.
He then says, "I got divorced and I was by myself for 2 years." And he said, "And when I saw her, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in love." And then found out my nephew had dated her.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
The Major Payne star went on to explain, see here, that he had then checked in with his nephew to make sure it would be okay to pursue the relationship with the woman. He says, "I'm like, what's up?" He's like, "That's you." And I'm like, "Okay, pass the Cavassier and let's go."
Emotional damage.
Said, "I went ahead and fell in love and it was okay," he said, before jokingly, family gatherings is awkward. Bruh. Ninja. Damon Wayans. What else do you think was going to happen?
Silence, you funny fool! I've had it with your whining and bumbling.
He really thought shit was just going to be sweet after that.
This is a sick Negro.
Damon. He said 17. Oh, he said 17 and the dot O says, "After I stopped dealing with him, I don't give a fuck who she gets with." Oh, okay. I'm all right. Okay. 17 and dot O. I get that. Okay. I can vibe with that. But here's my problem. See, you're talking about from your perspective, but and I'm not saying that I don't commend that. I mean, there is some truth to that. I mean, maybe I personally could even agree with that and even say that I will probably maybe even say, you know what? A bitch is a bitch. Fuck it. Right. But unfortunately, not all people are like that, man. And then, like I said, unfortunately, all rules that we talk about, some of those things apply when it hits close to home. We don't know, more than likely his nephew's probably blue-pilled. For him to go take his girl when he could have had any other woman, it is not worth it to me. I mean, I just believe that, okay, I just kind of believe that, okay, Damon Wayans, he could get practically any woman that he wants. He could have got someone who looked just like her. He could have got 10 of her. But the irony is that, I mean, I just kind of feel like, to step on toes, you have to just really consider on what you're dealing with. Like, you just have to kind of really consider what ties you're severing. If you don't, maybe truth is, he probably don't really care about his nephew. Just because your family doesn't mean that, oh, they care about you. Because I just kind of feel like he could have got with anybody else. He was in love with her. You mean he was infatuated with her? He was infatuated with her. And you know why family gatherings is probably awkward? Because obviously he ain't with the chick no more. Let's just be real. 17.17NO says, I will act like she is brand new B, and I will act like I never knew her. All right, see? The mere fact that you have to act like you didn't know her says that is a kind of a problem. I mean, you could kind of, you could disagree or agree with me with that, and I'd like to hear what you have to say about that. But if you have to act like you don't even know the chick, because here's the thing. See, what I would have expected you to say was, when she comes around, you act like it was nothing. You act like she was cool, because truth be told, if you're going to just say, you know what, you don't care about who she messes with after you're done with her, at that point, you shouldn't act like you don't know her. The fact that you act like you don't know her shows that there's a problem with the situation of the fact that she's fucking your uncle, bruh. Like, even yourself, even though you say you don't care, but you would care. And guess what? This is a hypothetical conversation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, 17NO says, I know what most ninjas worry about all of that. So I don't mess with nobody's ex. Okay, all right. Now he said, that's what I meant. And I get that. See, look, and I totally understand that. And I get that. But see, with that being said, you have to see, we're at least cognitive to the fact that that's kind of fucked up, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's really fucked up. 17NO says, I really wouldn't. All right, look, okay, cool. And I actually believe you. But with that being said, whether you wouldn't care or not care, everyone could agree that that's not really, that shouldn't, I mean, I'm gonna say fine. Like, okay, if you're in the hood and y'all some crumbs, y'all in the hood, and what I'm saying, for the most part, there ain't that many bitches in the neighborhood. I mean, I guess y'all gonna end up, y'all gonna end up probably dealing with the same type of chick. That's one thing. But Damon Wayans, he could have flew to Japan, Bangkok, Egypt, Zaire, Jamaica, I don't know, Hawaii, wherever he want to go to, the UK, he could go anywhere. Dominican Republic, he could go anywhere and get any other woman that he wanted. Like, why did he have to go settle? I just kind of feel like the fact that that's like your brother or your sister's nephew, I just feel like there's too many fish in the sea, because at the end of the day, he'll not end up being with her anyway. Which is ironic. Is because not even ironic. It's not even ironic. I mean, what situations like that? Most situations like that are not gonna end up like Jermaine Jackson and what's his name, and how he married his brother's ex-wife. Most situations are not gonna end up like that. Most of the situations are gonna end up awkward, and this situation was just shit just whack, man. And the irony is, that chick, she long gone. She long gone, bro. She long gone. But guess what? Now that she's long gone, you're the one who has to deal with uncomfortable situations. And you felt some type of way because you're at least being honest to them. I don't know how it got out, but somehow Shannon Sharp knew about it, which is crazy. With that being said, I want to show you, him say it for himself. Where is it at? Once I find it, boom, here we go.
Marriage is not just a moment, right? You have to get through moments. It's tough. Like, so, I was trying to tell my sons, like, you want to get married because brands want to know. If you think about Bill Gates and Jobs and all these guys, Bezos about to get married again. Why? Because when you sit down and people think about being in business with you, if you can manage your marriage, I can be in business with you, because I know on a day-to-day you are having to humble yourself and have to kind of work through stuff. So with business, you'll do the same thing.
Yo, now I gotta chime in. Yo, all that shit that he talking about, although Damon Wayans does have a point. All that shit, man, is all old hat, man. All that shit is old, like old news. Like, yo, shit, Donald Trump has been at least married at least what? Was he married at least 2 to 3 times already? Yeah, he might be in a marriage, but I mean, you think investors is like, oh, Donald Trump is going to make sure he remains married? I kind of feel like they just dealing with business with Donald Trump because he's a good businessman. I can't believe that. I believe maybe nowadays, maybe that used to be how it used to be back in the day, but nowadays, especially how, people wanted our divorce trigger happy. And it has been proven that men who are married actually has less testosterone. And the truth is, Coach Greg Adams brought this up the other day, but you can't really be who you are when you have a wife or when you have a girlfriend or you have a full-time girlfriend and obligations. You can't be who you are completely. So, he talked about Steve Jobs and Steve Jobs been dead for at least 20 years, hasn't he? If I'm not mistaken, he at least been dead for at least the last 15 years. Look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk was not married. I'm not saying that he was never married, but shit, do you see him trying to go get married again? Elon Musk is probably going to be forever a bachelor. He can keep on having them kids. He could be a multiple baby daddy. He ain't going to have no motherfucking kids, bro.
Nope.
I mean, no marriage. Marriage, bro? Like, marriage as a way to maybe in a corporate ladder, but you don't necessarily have to do that nowadays. See, we're in a whole different world, man. All that old. See, here's another thing too. Damon Wayans is a boomer. He's 64 years old. I truly believe that men nowadays, we don't have to go by that anymore. As a matter of fact, I would say the fact that you're a bachelor might even help, maybe even get people to even go see you because, women want to fantasize with being with you. Now, 17 and 0 says, bro, look, I was talking with a broad in high school. I had a homeboy that I met and got a job. Later on in life, he kept mentioning a broad. She came to the job, and it turned out to be her. Oh, shit. Let's see here. We acted like we never met. Yo, did he smash? Did he hit? Did he hit? Because it all depends. Like, when y'all was talking in high school, I mean, because in high school, we talked to a lot of chicks, and maybe we never got physical with them. I mean, I think maybe if the fact that y'all never got physical, and if even y'all did get physical, I don't know. That could be a little awkward. But if y'all never got physical, then it's really no harm, no foul. There's no point in really bringing it up. I mean, I guess, as long as you don't bring it up and she don't bring it up, I guess it's all fair. You don't have to, I feel like at that point, you'll be the mature type just to leave it alone, right? The only flip side to it is that hopefully she didn't like do him dirty or nothing like that. She wasn't a slut or nothing nowhere. Now, if she ended up being a slut and then like fucking everybody at the job, then basically you let your homeboy get set up. What else do you say, 17? He says she was messing with him and we was talking. I just didn't know. Oh, you're just talking about in high school that happened. Oh, I thought you talked to her in the high school, then you met her when as an adult. Oh, he said we didn't get physical. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it all depends. Because all right, if she was just talking to both y'all, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, if y'all wasn't married, if y'all was look this, when you're not really married, I mean, especially the fact that y'all didn't have any agreement, I guess all was fair in love and war. And you did right. You did the right thing by not even mentioning that. And he said that's what I meant. No doubt. Well, you You played the cards right. Shit. And even telling him, he probably would have talked to her, 1 and 2. You would have just made her stock go up a little bit, unfortunately, and made her feel like she was somebody special to even consider. So the fact that you act like it never even happened, you definitely played her part right. So salute to you. Now I do want to show what the rest of what Damon Wayans got to say, because he's gonna say what what happened with that nephew from his own mouth.
I feel like you would do the same thing. I think marriage is beautiful, but marriage, when you get to the older years, where it becomes a ballet, where they don't say much, after all these years, she know what shut up mean. She not talkative. She make you a little coffee in the morning and your toast. Not breakfast, toast. She figured out you need something to eat and come downstairs and the paper's there and you read it and y'all just exist together. You fart and you look at it, she ain't laughing. Okay, go back to the paper. And then she talk and you just And when you get to a certain age, you got the most wonderful thing in the world, which is a hearing aid. You turn that down. Just looking out. So what did you do?
Yo, that sounds terrible, bro. That sounds terrible, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, I actually once wanted to be married. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody, like, women try to front and talk about they don't want to get married or they never want to be married. Them bitches is lying. Because guess what? Even men, even though I ain't gonna lie, I definitely say that I'm kind of a heathen. I like to have my woman, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily say I'm necessarily a monogamous guy. I would be lying if I did. But yo, that sounds miserable, bruh.
Emotional damage.
And this is what you want for your sons, bro? Man. Nah, bro. This can't be life. I mean, I don't know. Look, I don't mind. Look, see, that's the thing. That's the problem. Even if you do marry a woman and tell her you're not going to be monogamous and you tell her you're going to have other hoes, and even if she says okay, she could always pull the bait and switch. Man, look, bro. Yo, there's a reason why Al Bundy used to tell younger people never to get married, bro.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Because, dude, the producer of that show, they just knew that people were just miserable in these marriages, bro. And when you're miserable in a marriage, on one end, he's preaching to be married, right? But then when she divorced you, your ass is so thirsty for pussy, you went ahead and took your own nephew's woman, bro. Yo.
This is a sick Negro.
And that's what it is. But you think about all that you've been through, and the kids and the grandkids, and it's special. I think marriage is a beautiful arrangement. I was just too young and dumb to know that back then.
Are you on good terms?
Yeah. Here's what's crazy is, for the longest, like she and I would, we never said it to each other, but we just made up our minds that we can't let the grandkids feel our resentment. And there was resentment, she'd come in and sit over there and I'd sit over there. And then probably about 7 years ago, I was over at Junior's house, family gathering, because kids would invite her to barbecues at my house, and it's fine, and what it was is the fear of having to relitigate what happened in the marriage.
Right.
And I know I messed up. Right. I messed up. So I don't want to deal. That's why I pay you alimony, so I don't have to deal with that. Right. But about 7 years ago, we over Junior.
That A word, bruh. Sheesh. So what's the point? Like, I don't know. All right, let's just say I was a man in the 90s and people were telling me, my agent was telling me, yo, you know, Callie, you should get married because you'll get more sponsors. You'll get more deals because they'll be a little bit more comfortable with you, right? What's the point of making all this money if most of that money is going to go to the kids, it's going to go to the woman, it's going to go to the alimony payments? Was I just better off just being single and I could have just enjoyed my shit?
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
I mean, I'm not trying to tell y'all to live like minimalists, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we know it's boss up season. Shout out to Coach Drake Adams and the free agent lifestyle. Boss up, ninja. With that being said, you know, I mean, honestly, you want the maximum amount of money, but can't you make the maximum amount of money yourself? You know what I'm saying? Without the wife and kids, just work harder. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, you know, working this time and then trying to put it into wife and kids, you could have just had a surrogate. Shit. I ain't trying to say that you should be a baby daddy, but like, I don't know. That just sounds miserable. And then he still got to go pay her alimony. Yeah, feed this. Look at his face. Look at Damon Wayans' face. I pay alimony so I don't have to deal with you. He's not happy about that alimony shit, bro. He is not happy about still paying that forever alimony because he lives in California.
This is a sick Negro.
But shh, don't tell nobody.
Shit crazy.
Junior's house and we're sitting outside and she's over there somewhere and we're laughing. That's what we do is laugh, I mean, joke, and we start reminiscing. And then she came and sat right next to me and started chiming in. And then we were talking about, she brought up a story and I was like, remember. And the kids were like, talking. But I could feel all the tension just leave.
Dissipate.
The relationship changed. I love her. And I was able to say, I love you. And she says that to me when we see each other. I care for her. I don't want nothing bad happen.
Right.
You know, and it's maturity.
Right.
You know, and she said the last week when I saw her, she's like, we did good by the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we high five. Yeah.
Wow. So what's the dating life like for? Because I need, you know, I'm headed towards 62, bro.
I don't date. I'm happy.
You happy?
Mm-hmm. I wake up in the morning like a kid. You know, you run outside and you come home smelling like pennies. I could do whatever I want to do. There's peace in my house.
Right.
I don't have to. Hey, we good? You all right? You need anything? Yeah. I could not. I've been by myself too long.
You sitting ways there. So you ain't getting married no more, huh?
No. I never say never.
Right.
Because if some woman can climb over the wall of resentment and the bile that I have,
all the checks you done had to write.
Yeah. For 25 years, I've been writing checks. If she can come out, she was sent by God. That's a superhero.
Hold on. That can't be true. That you dated the same woman as your nephew once?
Yeah. I was in love with her. That's the thing. Come on, you ain't never did.
Hell no, I ain't never did that.
The Jackson 5.
No.
Bruh.
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Poor nephew.
Emotional damage.
Got his ass. Motherfucker.
That's I mean, for a family member, that's off limits, Damon.
No, but it wasn't like they were in love.
So he dated her.
Do you know how small the pool is out here in Cali?
Nah.
Like, and this was
Nah.
Silence, you furry fool! I've had it with your whining and bumbling.
Yo, I lived in Los Angeles all my life. Man, nah, dog. Nah, bruh. No, we're not gonna go ahead and talk about how the dating pool in Los Angeles is very, very, very small, bruh.
It's an evil world we live in.
Nah, bruh. You backdoored your own nephew, Damon. Damon. Nah, Damon. Nah, Damon, bruh.
So bullshit. All of it.
And then California. All right. Take your ass to Las Vegas. Take your ass to Miami. Fly your ass to Jamaica. Fly your ass to Hawaii. Fly your ass to Paris. Fly your ass to London. Fly your ass to Romania. Fly your ass to Transylvania. Bruh. Anywhere, dude. You could have had, dude. And what's crazy is you're being disingenuous because you don't have no other hoes in any other area code.
You gonna put that pussy on me, put it on me.
Ninja, you backdoored your own nephew. That's what it is.
So bullshit. All of it.
Probably what? 2000 what? 2001, 2?
Did you know her originally? Did she know originally that?
Yes, when I met her. So I got divorced and I was by myself for 2 years.
Right.
Right. And then I saw her and I was just like, oh my God, I'm in love. And then I found out my nephew had dated. I'm like, what's up with that? He goes, that's you. I was like, okay, pass the Cavassier. Let's go.
I'm drinking that dog.
Yeah.
Nah, bruh. Nah, man. That conversation did not go that smoothly. Look, at this point, what Damon Wayans is not admitting is the fact that he was already up in her guts already. At this point, it was just him confessing her like, yo, like, see, here's the thing. What happened was he didn't get that dude. See, he's making it seem like he got his nephew's blessing. What happened was, and Damon Wayans could correct me. Maybe I'm wrong. This is what I believe what happened, okay? There's no way I know this for sure. This is what I believe. Usually when people tell you things, it's because they already did it. Okay? So, you know what I'm saying? And I hate to say this, women usually do this. If a woman just comes up and admits something to you, more than likely there's more to it that she's not admitting to. I've had, probably in high school or maybe in college, I had 2 women who admitted that they basically was like scamming, like, kissing on or letting another dude kiss on them and stuff. Now that I'm an adult and I'm a grown-ass man and, I've been there and I had battle scars, I know damn well both of them bitches fuck them niggas, bro. Straight up and down, bro.
He ain't lying.
So when people tell you, they're forthcoming with shit like this, truth be told, Damon Wayans was already fucking her, and he basically asked her like, "Oh, like she seemed like she's interested. Is it cool?" And at this point, nephew already kind of knew, like, "Oh man, you Damon Wayans. Like, come on now. Like, yo, I don't know who the nephew is, but obviously, come on now. It don't matter who the fuck the nephew is. This is Damon Wayans that we talking here, bro." Oh my God.
You sell so bullshit. All of it.
Got his ass. And I just kind of feel like black men. Black men. Come on now, man. Like, let's show these women that we're not controlled over pussy, man. Especially men with money. Like, if it was just like maybe some regular people and that happened, that I could maybe argue how maybe that could be one thing. But I just kind of feel like, and I hate to say feel, but I truly believe that if you have money, I just believe that, I mean, maybe he did him a favor. In retrospect, he did do him a favor. But at the same time, I think any chick, even a good girl, would be, starstruck if Damon Wayans was even gonna get at her. Even though Damon Wayans don't even really do anything big time now, It's Damon motherfucking Wayans, bruh. He could have got any woman. Did he have to go get his nephew's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend? Even if that was his ex. Even if he dumped her, I just feel that that's just a line you shouldn't have crossed. You know, that's one thing. Shit, it'll be one thing if you even went and took your brother's girl, you know, back in the day or something. But you're a grown ass man. Like, I just kind of feel like, man, you can go take your nephew's girl, bro. You are fucking cold. You cold as fuck.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
And I went ahead and I fell in love. And it was okay. But it's just...
They clowned you, didn't they?
Yeah, family gatherings is awkward.
Yeah. I don't know about that one, Dave. I would just have to let her go.
Nah, you see it, you understand. And she cooked. She went to cordon bleu.
What?
Mm-hmm.
She cooked oxtail, neck bone,
yeah, whatever,
mac and cheese,
whatever,
collard greens,
all that, and then some.
With turkey
desserts.
Dessert.
Come on.
Oh man.
Like a bona fide chef. I think she does that now. Amazing.
I might have to think about it.
And then the other things. While she cooked.
I do not approve this method. You have type 2 diabetes. How's that going?
How's it going?
Yeah.
Bruh. Yo, Damon Wayans is a cold ninja, bruh. Hey, ice cold with it, bruh. Bruh. Yo. This nigga Damon Wayans, bro.
All up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of.
Yo, that is fucking cold-blooded, bro.
Emotional damage.
Shit crazy, bro. Shit crazy. Now, since we talk about love or whatever, right? You know, we might as well segue to this brother, man. Is a Chicano brother, and he's showing us what we should be expecting from women in 2025. If you're dating a torta, check it.
This is the test. Tell your vieja right now, next time she goes to the nail shop, if she don't come back with your portrait on her big toe, it's over. It's a wrap. And look at this one right here. Little bitty nail beds, and she still kept the color theme. It's all on theme. Pinche color palette. All right, fellas, if it ain't like this, ponte trucha. Put her to the test. Just ask her. Just see what she'll say. Babe, you down to put my picture on your big toe? See what she says.
Oh, okay, so we win when girls get our pictures on. So we're winning when girls get it on. Oh, okay. So let me just get this straight. So we're winning if women are putting our portraits on big toes. Alright. Shit crazy. I'm gonna just tell you this right now, mijo. You know what I'm saying? Chick can have your picture tatted on her, and she'll still fuck another ninja.
Holy Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Word.
What the fuck is that?
Now, for y'all relationship people, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. In your relationship, do you have this relationship? What type of relationship do y'all have?
Let's go.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
No lie. Baby girl got more cakes than Duncan Hines, bro. Sheesh. Don't lie, his white girl, she's thicker than a Snicker too, though. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna lie. For real, for real. Now, for y'all relationship ninjas, well, not even if you're in a relationship. Actually, this is just if you're in the date market. Is this true or not? Check this out. Man. I ain't gonna lie. For me to be in a relationship, she gonna have to do it straight like that. For real, for real. Now, now we all know that we in a date, we're in the monetized dating market. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. Now, with that being said, we have all had situations like this before. Check it.
Oh my God, babe, can you please buy my little brother a pair of shoes? They're only $250. He gonna look fresh and clean in high school. Look him up. Like,
let me get this straight. I've been dating you for 2 weeks. I barely met your brother today. You want me to buy him 2 new pairs of shoes? Now, if I wasn't even planning on tricking on you, what makes you think I'm gonna trick on your brother? Out here asking for shoes when you got a bad BBL. At least have a nice one.
wow, for real?
And your brother in on it, sitting there cheesing. You 16, right? Get a job. It starts early. You could have asked for anything, socks, a hat, some shoe cleaner maybe, but that went straight for the big prize. Some shoes, for real? Not 1, but 2? I don't even like you.
That's how you feel?
Had the nerve to ask for some damn Nikes with a swoosh. Your edges ain't even swoosh.
You got a point.
That dry ass ponytail. Why you think I've been 6 feet apart like we in COVID? I felt embarrassed to come to the mall with your ass. I swear y'all new generation hoes got the game fucked up. Y'all want $500 dates. Y'all want roof Chris meals every night. And then you want me to buy your brother some new shoes? Is you crazy? Y'all want your hair done, nail done, everything did, but none of y'all hoes ever taking care of your kids? How the fuck that makes sense, bitch? I was only dating you for ass. Now you and your brother asking me for cash? Fuck out of here.
Oh.
Women back then actually used to value connection. All y'all hoes care about nowadays is money. Money. Fuck I look like? I'm white? You think my name Chase? But you know what? If y'all want me to be an ATM, I got one for you. At the mall, y'all ain't getting shit from me. And you know what? Excuse my language, young brother. This is what I never want you to have to deal with.
Nah, you good? Shit, she did that to the last 3 and they was dumb enough to even give me the shoes.
I'ma respectfully say this. Unless you gonna toot that ass up, hoe, don't ask me for no fucking money. It's been 2 weeks and I ain't got no coochie.
Okay, I'll toot that ass up. Just give him the shoes. Have some respect. No. All right, brother. I'm gonna see you around. I'll see you.
Shit is real. Now, that being said, talk about bad BBLs. Check this out.
So this is part 2 on why I had to get my BBL surgically removed. So in part 1, I was telling y'all how my sit-down ear was stinking real bad. And it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume, because when I would use public restrooms, it would stink so bad and the smell would linger. It was like an embarrassment. I didn't want to come out the bathroom with it smelling like that and someone else was waiting at the door. When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. First I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL. It was the truth. It got to the point to where I would be washing my laundry, weekly, like I've been doing before I got the BBL. When I would get my laundry out of the dryer, it would still smell like that raw eating flesh. I really was like, so this one day, me and my boyfriend we getting ready, you know, to do something.
There must be more to that story, but do we need to even hear anymore? That's like old girl said, them BBLs is killing y'all. Sheesh. Now, I don't know, sisters. I can't believe that y'all need to start less focused on your ass and be more focused on your personality and other attributes. This is the fact that a lot of these white women are catching up to y'all.
She out like you mad at a bitch.
That goddamn arch, boy. Sheesh. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do?
Women love my skis, yes, it's magic, it's a blessing. When I die, I'ma go to snow bunny heaven. Snow bunny heaven. Snow bunny heaven. Women love my ski, yes, it's magic, it's a blessing. When I die, I'ma go to snow bunny heaven. Snow bunny heaven. Snow bunny heaven.
Sheesh. Yo. I don't know who had a better ass. Either that sister, white girl number 1, or the white girl number 2. Sheesh.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
But yo, once again, it's Caddy West. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. I hope y'all all enjoyed y'all weekend. Have a good night, man. I'm out of here.